keeping cars away from the most heavily walked parts of Atlanta. The Beltline, of course, attracts thousands of people every day, but it can be dangerous. And now one city council member wants to ban drive-through restaurants and gas stations anywhere near the trail. As Don Shipman explains, the goal is to save lives.
Yeah, the Beltline promotes biking and walking. You bike and walk to work, or maybe you go to the grocery store over here. But imagine getting off the Beltline here in Southwest Atlanta and having to navigate this wild intersection.
Traffic in the cars coming from each way.
Crossing Cascade Ave at Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard can be a challenge.
You really have to watch yourself when walking across the street for sure, definitely.
This will largely impact new areas, places where there hasn't been development yet.
A new package of proposals before the Atlanta City Council this session could change that. Councilman Jason Dozier wants to ban new gas stations and drive-thrus from being built along the Beltline's 22-mile loop. He says his legislation will save lives.
Drive-thrus and gas stations, when you think about how you have wider curb cuts, wider driveway areas for cars to get in and get out, those drivers aren't always paying attention to pedestrians who are just trying to get by.
You're walking, you're probably least prioritized.
Nedra Deadweiler owns a car but makes an effort to use the Beltline to get to and from work. She's encouraged by Dozier's proposal, but questions if it goes far enough, especially when addressing racial equity in Atlanta.
What that design would look like differently if we were prioritizing Black people and majority of Black folks who are walking.
The package would also eliminate the minimum number of parking spaces developers are required to include when building apartments, retail, and office buildings near the Beltline. Not a done deal yet. Still has to go through a couple vetting committees and then public input. Probably won't be for another 4 or 5 months till it comes to fruition. We're in Southwest Atlanta. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
Well,